Hi y'all, welcome back to a new video. So in this video I'm going to be doing a meals I made for my family this week. I think I made about 6 meals this week. We might eat like fast food for another day, but I'm excited because I love to cook and I like filming myself cook. It just takes a bit longer, but I'm excited to try this video out. So to start off with, I'm going to be making Laos lap, and these are all the veggies. I got red onion, green onion, cilantro, lime, cucumber, and chili peppers. The cucumber will not be going in the lap, but it is more like a side dish for you to eat because this is very spicy. So the cucumber is to cool off your mouth. Now, there are different ways to make this lap. You can do different type of meats. We tried to do ground beef, decided to test it out. It was okay, but we prefer like thin steak, which I did last time. And I'm going to be making sticky rice while I cut up the veggies. So going back to all the different types of meat you can use, I've seen people use chicken, turkey, beef, like thin steak, like in like really like minced steak that I did last time, and that was really good. But there's so many different versions of lap that you can try, but this is just how I make it currently. So you're going to want to cut your veggies super small, like mince it. I'm not the best at mincing vegetables, but I try. So just cut them as small as possible or however you will like them. And then before I do the chili pepper, I am going to get the sticky rice out because I do the chili pepper last because it's so spicy and I don't want like any like remaining chili pepper on my finger when I do anything else. So I'm doing the sticky rice first. I think sticky rice takes about like 30 minutes for me to make, and I'm just gonna wrap it in foil to keep it warm. Have y'all ever tried sticky rice? Let me know in the comments. It is really tasty. I don't really know how to describe it because, well, at the like store it's labeled like sweet rice. So if you did want to buy it, it might be labeled sweet rice and not sticky rice. But it's just like sticky, like rice stuck together. But it's really tasty and it's really good with eggs, especially. The sticky rice is all done, so I'm gonna start on the chili pepper. Just a warning, I don't know if you ever had Thai chili pepper, but it's very spicy. So if you even want to wear gloves, you can, because if you are cutting spicy, if you're cutting Thai chili pepper, make sure you wash your hands immediately after because you don't want to touch any part of your body with it because it will burn. And then I'm just gonna be putting the ground beef in first, letting that cook, and then putting the veggies in. But to kind of give you a reference, if you eat jalapenos peppers and you think that's spicy, Thai chili pepper is like 10 times spicier. Even when I put the veggies in to cook, I went into a coughing fit because like the spices were so strong. So if you're elderly or children or like anybody sensitive to smells, make sure they're not in the kitchen when you are cooking this because it is very strong smelling and spicy to smell. After cutting all the vegetables, it cooks pretty fast, and this is how it turns out. And then I have all the cucumbers on the side because, once again, it is spicy, and you are going to need these to cool off your mouth. And also the lime is to help with the spiciness, too. Okay, so now onto the next meal. I'm going to be making chorizo tacos and having potatoes on the side. So I just boiled the potatoes first to make them soft. I'm going to be putting them back on the pan, but just so it won't take as long, I'm going to be cutting them up into whatever size. Now, throughout the video, you may notice that I don't do any measurements, so I'm sorry if you wanted to like follow it exactly with measurements because I don't really do measurements unless I'm following somebody else's recipe, but usually I just measure with my heart or just measure with however I feel like is right. Well, right here you can see it's 2 potatoes. But for like the lop and everything else, like the veggies, I just do like a handful or whatever I think is a good amount and then just cut it up. So I don't really do like specific measurements, only if I'm like baking usually. Now my main 2 seasonings are black pepper and garlic powder. I don't know why I was tapping on them like that, like it was some kind of ASMR. But like for other meals, I might add some other seasonings. But for like most of them, I just like doing just the garlic and black pepper. Now I just sprinkle some black pepper because there's been way too many times where I have used black pepper like right out of the seasoning like thingy bottle and it has just like flown all over it and it was too much black pepper. So now I just put it in my hand and season it lightly. After putting butter on the pan, I am going to put the potatoes back on the pan to get them a little crispy, and then I'm going to use a little bit of minced garlic to make it like garlic potatoes. I'm using beef chorizo, but there is also pork chorizo if you would like to use that. Now, sadly, eggs got recalled. What isn't getting recalled lately? But I usually, no, all the time actually, I make eggs with the chorizo. So it might look a little weird, but it was still good. But usually when I make chorizo, I always have eggs with it, like mixed in with it. And then I'm going to add some chopped red onions to it. Now, chorizo is a very quick and affordable meal. I feel like all you do is put the chorizo in, crack an egg in it if you want, mix it in, scramble it together, and then like any garnish you would like sour cream, cilantro, onion. Now, I'm cooking corn tortillas on the pan, and then it's done. And yeah. I didn't know how to finish that, but I'm going to be assembling the chorizo tacos real quick to show you guys how I do it. The chorizo looks so like red, and it usually does not look like that. Usually it has egg mixed into it, so it's like a more like red, maroon, yellowish. But again, eggs got recalled, so I didn't use them. But I decided to mix some chorizo and potatoes in, and this was really good still, even without the egg. Looking back at this, like all the food is making me hungry for it again. But then I just top it with some cilantro, and then I eat it because when I'm filming, I'm trying to go slow enough, but also I'm really hungry while I'm filming usually because it's time to eat. But yeah, that is the finished chorizo taco. Again, with all recipes, you can add some or leave some out, but that's just how I make it. We also did used to do like refried beans. Maybe I should do that again. We used to have like beans in it too, but that's just how I make it. Quick, simple, and tasty. Now I'm gonna be making one of our favorites, and it is pho. Pho is so yummy, and like you can have it anytime, any day, any weather. It's just so comforting. I'm using these pho packets I got from the Asian store. Now I know some people who use like make their own pho broth, but I don't know how to do that. I don't have patience, so I just use a pho packets, and it works just as fine. I'm using beef meatballs. These are fresh rice stick noodles is what they are called, and then I also have cilantro and red onion. So the cilantro and red onion is like toppings for the pho. Now, I didn't have my tripod when I was making the pho, but basically what I do for the meatballs is I just cut it into fours like that. You can also cut them in half and make like slices in them. There's many ways people do it, but I just do it like that because it's easier to eat that way. And then also, sorry, I'm missing steps. I do a pot of boiling water, put the pho in, stir it, put the pho packet in, stir it, and then I put the pho meatballs in. So that's like the third step, the pho meatballs to boil with the broth. Now I'm going to put the rice stick noodles in this strainer type thing to separate it from the broth, but also so it's cooking in the broth. I used to get like a separate frying pan and have hot boiling water in that and cook the noodles in that, but I decided to just start cooking it in the broth because it just works just as well and just the same. And the rice noodles cook pretty quickly. You just know they're done once you fill the noodles and it's soft. And then I just poured the noodles in, and then I pour the broth in, and I forgot to film it, but I will try to insert a clip. But there's like this beef paste and this like chili paste as well that we put in the broth, and we stir it in with the noodles to make it more flavorful. And then here's all the garnishes. There's cilantro, red onion, fried garlic, and there's others that you could do, like bean sprout. We used to do bean sprout, but it's just to your preference for the garnishes. Now I'm going to be making sloppy joes. Once again, I am making red onion chopped in with the meat. And then this one is so simple again. I love simple meals. I also can do like, a complex like long meal, but who doesn't love like just a simple, quick, tasty meal, because your girl be tired and cooking is a lot of work, but I love it anyway. But yeah, the sloppy joe is done. I was just yapping the whole time. Sorry. I just paired it with some french fries and mashed potatoes. Anyway, the last meal of the video is stuffed pasta shells. Basically, lasagna and pasta shells. So I have ground beef, and then I just boiled the pasta shells. I get the large ones because I like putting in, that's what makes them stuffed pasta shells, because they're the large ones. But Anyway, yeah. So basically this whole meal is just like, you know how you make lasagna in a pan? It's just basically all the ingredients, but in a pasta shell. Like you got the ricotta cheese, the shredded cheese, the ground beef, and the marinara sauce. These are so tasty, and then I pair them with garlic bread. The garlic bread, I think, was already done because they cook faster, but I just do the ricotta cheese first, and then I do some marinara sauce, and then I put a little bit of ground beef on it, and then I go in with some shredded cheese, and then I top it with some marinara sauce again. And then I'm gonna pop that into the oven for like 10 to 15 minutes maybe, because the pasta shell is already cooked because I boiled them beforehand, and the ground beef is also already cooked because I cooked that beforehand too. So basically it's more like just warming up the ricotta cheese and the marinara sauce together. But this is how it looks. I did add a little bit more marinara sauce to make it a little bit more saucy, but yeah, it's really tasty. And that wraps up this food video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making it, and it's fun looking back at all the meals. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. See you next video.